Hello everyone, my name is Alfred and welcome to my visual demonstration of the System Development Lab. And today we're going to see the second exercise, and that is the use case modeling for an e-commerce web application system. So what exactly is a use case model? Use case model is the one which represents the user's interaction with the system. So this is one easy representation, and to develop a software, before developing, in its first phase is where the engineers sit together with the client to discuss as to how it would look like. So the other alternative is to provide a use case model, wherein it consists of an actor and what the actor interacts with, and what happens behind the scene as to what other actors are doing on or carrying on the work with. So and the clients who we discuss this project with, they're known as stakeholders. So the intended purpose of drawing a use case diagram is to provide a high level view of the system and convey the requirements in layman terms for stakeholders. So upon representing that diagram is where you examine this use case diagram in different levels, all right, or within its next level or the sub levels. So there are different scenarios. Our emphasis is on the e-commerce web application system. So that's what I've described the scenarios in. So without further ado, let's go by the scenarios. First scenario is where the customer has a login page. He just signs into his account. He logs into his account. So diagram for this would be, the use case diagram would be this one. I'll show you a maximized image because the one which is in my document is a little small. So here we have it. This is the this one is the a major diagram. This is the login web page, and here there is a customer and an admin. The admin is also a server. That's why. So this admin is, we consider it to be an automated one, an automated server. So what is at the back end is automated, or even it's controlled via the human computer interface, or you might have around 3 or 4 admins. And this scenario is similar for the upcoming scenarios discussed here, that is the server or whomever is working at the back end. The end user at the behind the scene would be controlled by the database admin or the web admin or the e-commerce admin that takes care of the entire process where the customer is trying to purchase products on this e-commerce website. So the first scenario here is the login web page. If he's a new user, he would register, and if he's not, then he has his username and password credentials. In case if he forgets his password or the username as such, for here we just included forgot password. That is where it has a feature of sending an OTP to his mobile phone, or providing the recovering the credentials via his emails. So that's the one. And the next scenario is searching and choosing a product. So there are lots of products in this e-commerce website. So here he has so the product, for that one specific product that the user want to choose is in the product database and its respective categories. When he finds his product, he can filter that with the help of price, or the the model number, or the brand name as such. So that's what the filter is used for, and he can compare it with other products with respect to the price, with respect to the ratings. So he can compare it. He can just drag and drop that product, and then he can just compare it with the other one, which is drag and drop in that compare list. And finally, if he likes a product, he adds it to his shopping cart, a virtual shopping cart that takes care of the number of items and the kind of items that he has purchased. The next use case diagram is the product purchase and billing. Here he has the products in his cart. He has his cart items in his shopping cart, the virtual shopping cart which I told you before, and that there he can just there next he's redirected to a checkout process. That is a guided web flow. So that is like automatically validates his contact details and the orders and purchasing. So that is where it's automated because it's simple enough for him to just proceed. I mean, like by clicking next, and then finally he's just redirected to different web pages for just confirming his details and the orders and purchasing. So finally he's redirected to a payment gateway, and this is done in coordination with the e-commerce admin, that is this server, and a bank server as well. This e-commerce server, or simply an e-commerce admin, can also be called as the merchant website. So a merchant website and a bank server takes note of this via a payment gateway. And the next scenario comes here is the payment gateway, the sub layer of that. So in a payment gateway is where the e-commerce admin is in coordination with the customer, and this is with the interaction with these use cases, and behind the scene is where the bank server is. So we have the payment orders queue for the incoming payments that is going on in the bank server, and then the card details authentication where the user has to enter his card details, and then finally a payment receipt and notification is sent to the merchant website and the customer. So there we have the entire process, of how the customer, the e-commerce admin, and the bank server work together for a website. One additional scenario has been incorporated in this website, wherein if the desired product that the user is searching for is not available, so that is where he can just send. The first two use cases are similar to the one which we saw in the very beginning. Not the very beginning, the second scenario. So after that is when he gets a product not available notification. That message is displayed to the customer. So in that case situation is where he sends an email to the customer service of that e-commerce website, and that is notified to the e-commerce admin who is working behind the scene. So that's it for our use case models. And the scenario is in practical sense is where when a use case diagram is produced, that is where even the scenario is described along with it, and all these is seen in somewhere in a requirements documentation, or maybe in a use case documentation, for the intimate understanding of how the system is for the client whom we build this system for. So all this is understandable by the client, and so that's how this use case modeling or use case diagrams are invented. So that's all about our use case modeling for the specified system. Thank you for watching this visual demonstration. The next thing that I'm going to present to you would be the class diagram, and hope you have enjoyed this video. Hope you have understood it. Thank you so much. Thank you again.